Hello everyone, this is AK with AK's Garage, and today I'm working on a Chrysler 300C. It's the V6 model. Really, I wouldn't get it if it wasn't a V8. But this V6 is pretty nice though, inside and out. You know, pretty nice for a V6. But for this size of a car, I'd rather have a V8. But anyway. The reason that I'm working on this one today is because I had to change the carrier seals or differential seals, so it was leaking. And really, I'm a little late getting to the video, but because I already dropped the carrier down and also put the new seals on and everything. Also filled it up with new fluid. I used this right here in there. So I put in that 75/90 synthetic. Put that in there. This guy's not a race car driver, so we ain't gonna add no extra additives or anything like that to it. He's an old guy. He's just a cruiser. But anyway, yeah. So in order to do this job, you know, you have to take the exhaust down. If you look further up there, you have to take off the little shield there, the shield for the exhaust. You got to get that off. The dry shaft has to come down. Just let it hang down. And you got to get these bolts up here. There's one there. There's one right there. And then one here and one here. So you got to get those off there and lower it down. So I put my jack with 2 blocks of wood. I put 2 blocks of wood under my jack. Jacked it up under that. Loosened the bolts out. Now, these here are not gonna come out. They're gonna come and hit this here. So you're only gonna unscrew it so far it's gonna hit here. So what I did is unscrewed it, got them loose first, pulled them all the way back as far as they could go. Then remove those with my jack under there. And then when I removed those, I was able to kind of lower it down a little bit and then slide it forward and then finish pulling these out. Okay, and that's how I got it out. Now coming down to these shafts. I've done a lot of differentials or rear ends. But this one here, I never done it before. It was my first time, you know, dropping it and putting seals on this. I've done a lot of these, but this one here, taking the shaft off over here is pretty difficult to take the shaft off to get all that stuff off over there. It's a lot of pieces to take apart over there in order to get this shaft to come out that way. Okay. So at first I pulled all those off over there, and the very bottom ball joint here wouldn't come off. I didn't take that one off, so it just leaned back. You know, the brakes and the rotor just leaned back or out, and I lowered this down slowly. Came down, and I got down so far, then I was able to take it out of the rotor over here, and then I pulled it out of the rotor, and then when I lowered this down, then I was able to pop this side out and then pull this on out of there. Okay, just came right on off after that. Put it down on the ground. The seals came out really easy. Putting the seals in went in really easy, but when you start going back in, personally, I think you have to have a second hand. I think you have to, or a third hand, because I got 2 hands, you know. So I think, personally, I think you need to have a third hand. So I jacked it up, 2 blocks under there, jacked it all the way up. But when you get up so far, remember this one here doesn't come all the way out, nor does it come all the way out on this side. So it's still sticking out over here. So you're gonna go up so far. This one, personally, needs to be the first one you get in, because you can't get anything else because this is sticking out. So I went after this one first, got this one started. Like I said, I had a third hand. It wasn't I couldn't adjust this and also try to screw this in. That was really tough. So my third hand was working on these while I was jacking it and moving it or adjusting it to get this one lined up. Once I got that one lined up, then I worked on the next one over here, got it lined up. And once I got this one somewhat lined up, then you can kind of pull it back this way or push it towards the back of the car and then work on getting these in. Once I got these lined up, Then I was ready to start tightening these in. I pulled it all the way in, but didn't tighten it all the way down, and then went after these here and cinched these all the way in. Came back and cinched these all the way in, and then I was done with that. But remember, I took off the drive shaft and everything. So the key to doing it without taking all those what they call the bones or wishbones or whatever they call them, dog bones, or without taking those out, just take the axle and lower it down. Once you come down so far, these gonna start sliding out. If you pop them, they're gonna start sliding out. You start coming down. Once you get down so far, you could just kind of twist it or turn it, the axle, the carrier, and then these are gonna come out. Boop, they're gonna come out. Boop, it's gonna come out. And when those come out right there, then you don't have to take all the dog bones off. Just lower it down, pop those sides out, and you're done. And going in is really easier. Even though I didn't have a third hand when I was putting the axles into the carrier. I didn't have no third hand. It was just me, and I jacked it up. I put these inside as I started going up, and as you're going up, just keep on, stop a little bit, try to wiggle it a little bit. It's gonna slide in, jack it up some more. You keep doing that, and sooner or later, they're gonna go boop. They're gonna snap their seals right in the hole, and after that, you're done with them. And that was pretty easy. I think the hardest part of this job was trying to pull this axle out when I didn't need to. That was the hardest part. That was the hardest part. And then, of course, trying to line these up to get these screws in here, or these bolts in. That was pretty tough, but other than that, it was okay. So anyway, I filled it up with the synthetic gear oil here. I put one in it. I mean, the car is still tilted forward. I mean, I still got the car on jack stands, and I always put something extra here. As you can see, I got 2 tires here, just in case. I am I'm not gonna say I'm a scary cat, but yeah, I'm still a little scary. So the wheels are blocked up there, but I still have this here. I got a stand here, and I got a jack over there, and I got my spare jack right here to help me get all those dog bones and stuff in, get everything in. But I got everything braced up. But I only put 1 quart in here, and it was running out. Even though the car is leaning forward, I put 1 quart in here, and it started running out of the hole pretty aggressive. So then I put the cap on, tighten it down, and that's that. So when I initially came under here, when the customer told me the car was leaking the fluid or whatever, I was really thinking that it was probably this seal here that's going around here. That's what I was thinking, that it was probably this one going around, but it wasn't that. It was coming from this side. The carrier seal over here was leaking and coming down like this. It was you could see the line of where it was coming down. So I went after the seals. I didn't touch this one going around. I put new fluid in, and that's that. That part is done now. And you see here, I got my. This is so I do not scratch the car. I know it's making the car dirty because these are dusty. These are dusty. They're dusty, but I'm not gonna scratch this car, and no grease or oil gonna get on the car. So do that, especially when it's somebody else's car. So here I am at this position now. So I need to tighten the axle nut down. I have to tighten this to stabilizer bar down. And I think I have the bottom ball joint and one of the dog bones here that I have to tighten up, and then this whole side will be done. But yeah, these are the ones. Oh, this is another thing, and I ran into this. Like I said, I've done rear ends before, axles, whatever, and usually the seal on the left side and the seal on the right side is the exact same size. But no, not this one. Not this one. So I got tricked. So I went to, I couldn't get them in any kind of auto parts store. I had to go to the dealership. I had to go to Dodge or Chrysler, whatever. When I went and I bought them, I came back with every single size. Came back, I only checked one side of the carrier. I didn't check the other side of the carrier. I only checked one side, and figured out that the 4185 fits. So let me show you. So we have two different sizes here. What I did is I went and bought every last size they had that goes to this 2.62 carrier, okay? So I went and I bought this one. This one, see, says 4185 Mopar, whatever. This is the part number. It's the part number for this. So anybody want to know, there it is. So I got this 4185, which fits the right side of the car. That's the one I checked. So I got back here to the shop, checked that one side, thinking that both sides was the same size, then went back and returned everything that I had, because it was no way that I could officially figure what size it was at the dealership, because I didn't have the VIN number. So if you have the VIN number, it's supposed to help you on finding these sizes. But I didn't have the VIN number, so I bought all the sizes. I came back to the shop. I grabbed the 4185. It fit that right side of the carrier. So I assumed that it fits the left side also. Took everything else back. When I got another one of these 4185s and tried to put it on, and voila, the left side is smaller than the right side. I didn't expect that. So I had to go back out, go back to the dealership, tell them I screwed up, and I need the other one. So the other one is a 4184. Okay, so you had to have the 4184 on the left and the 4185 on the right, and that's how it goes. So I wasted a few days gathering all this. Not only I had problems at the dealership of getting these, because most of the dealerships didn't have them. So I had to travel far to get these, to get back, to get these on, and realizing I had the wrong ones, and and so finally I get the right ones, come back, got them installed, got them on, put the carrier in, here we are now. But just saying that usually you don't see one side bigger than the other. If you had ever done some axles or something like that, or rear ends, usually they're both size, same size. So yeah, that messed me up, put me back on some time a little bit, but I got it done. It's all on, fluids in, and so we're gonna move on to get these all on. I'm gonna test the wheels in the air. I'm gonna start the car, let the car run with the everything tightened up, with the car up in the air. And what I'm checking for is noise, binding, or anything that I can hear that sounds out. And I'm also looking to see if my seal leaks, or see if my seal is sealed. So yeah. So this is AK's Garage, and this is what I'm working on right now.